I didn't share these with you, but I shared one with Jared. So Wednesday was Mole Day. Well, I'm sharing it now.
Was Mole Day?
Mole Day, like Avogadro's number. Mole.
Oh, okay.
Chemistry. I teach chemistry.
I'm thinking like a mole.
Wait.
Like,
isn't it like 6?
It's 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd.
I'm gonna strip
10/23.
10/23,
10/23, yes.
Okay.
So
I got it.
October 23rd.
Yes.
So for Mole Day, because it was also 8th grade visit day and shit was interrupted as fuck, I gave them moles to decorate. Like, they do the turkey contest for Thanksgiving, and just like, I sent this one to Jared.
What grade do you teach?
Sophomores.
Oh.
Oh my god.
It's John Mulaney
Ha!
as a mole.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
a horse in the hospital.
Yep. There was also Don Mole Trump. He's orange.
Oh my god, I love these.
Sophomores are fantastic.
If you,
Tootsie Mole.
Let me see
that's
your
pretty
Tootsie Roll.
good.
These are actually
we got-
quality.
We
I know.
got all of the Beatles. So there's George. That is a clown. There's George. There's Ringo. There's John. And there's Paul Mulcartney.
So, you know
I
you're
just-
going to have to send all those to Mark.
I'm gonna say,
I will.
If we put this in the podcast, you still send those to me. 'Cause I will put
Water
all of those up.
Malone.
Wait, did he have the tattoos?
No. Oh! There was a Post Malone. Post Malone.
Post Malone.
Wow. I really like how creative these kids are.
Yeah, like these are what you expect to see. Like, I don't know if Louisville
Is this
does
in art
it.
classes
Cincinnati,
all done?
they have a turkey
No,
contest.
it's just all the time. I
for
took pictures
different
of all the
age
really
groups.
good ones.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
take pictures of
they
the
put them
bad
all in
ones.
the newspaper Thanksgiving Day, so you always go through and look at all these different like the hand turkeys.
Oh yeah.
And like, this is what I would expect to see in the newspaper opening it up. Like, these are all quality. Like,
Right. The kid, like, I told them to have fun with it, and they freaking did. They
Yeah.
actually listened to me.
They only listen to you when they have fun.
Well, and I mean, it was already a laid back day because, like I said, it was 8th grade visits. My one class, I had half of the kids because they were either like ambassadors because we have to make them
Ooh,
fancy names,
Yes.
or they were working in other classrooms for the 8th
Fancy.
graders.
I am the high school ambassador of the 8th grade. I'm very important.
Exactly.
It's like
So, you
would
think we
go
should do
there.
some
I did go
introductions?
there.
If you want.
Welcome to the Intimidatingly Funny podcast. With us are, we're going to have 3 special guests today. First up, Andrew. Alright, we're gonna...
No, we leave it in, damn it.
Fine.
Alright. And our second special guest,
Hi, Mary Kay.
joining us later will be Hank. And with me, as always, is my co-host,
Mark.
and I'm your other co-host, Jared.
See, what you should have done is when you got to Hank, just someone be like, Hank.
I don't know what vowel groupings are supposed to sound like. Because I missed the letter. I missed the first day of preschool. I don't know if I ever told you this.
No.
I missed the first day of preschool.
And apparently that
covered
was
a
a
lot.
very important day.
Yes, they covered the letter A.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been thrown off.
You never write a sentence with the word A in it anymore?
Absolutely not.
Did I ever,
Never ever.
did I ever tell you in so was it senior year of high school, I had to write a whole paper without the letter A? Because my teacher's like, yeah, we give up the letter A for Lent.
How
You
many
told me
words
this.
were on the
You
paper?
told me this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you write your name? Mark?
Yeah, that was because I asked him about
Merc.
that. That was the one thing
It becomes
that you were
Merc.
allowed to do. It was your name.
See, I honestly would just do a find and replace all, A with like the letter O and an I right next to it. More?
Oh hey, remember when I got called Mark at that
Why were you called
the
Mark?
Patriots pen?
Yeah,
Thing.
so in grade school, so Mary Kay and I went to the same grade school, and they had at the VFW this, I think it was around Veterans Day. So
Yeah,
around this time.
it was called the Patriots pen contest, and you could either like the older kids usually wrote like speeches, and then the grade school kids wrote papers
Essays, yeah.
or essays on it. I think that was, I don't remember what place I got that year, but like we both medaled or placed in some way, shape, or form. And we're at the ceremony where, you know, they're like calling up the people to get their awards or whatever, and they're like, Mark! And I'm just like sitting there for a minute, like,
Yeah.
Debating.
she means me. She definitely means me. And I awkwardly like stand up and go get my award. She's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I read it wrong. I'm like, it's cool. My favorite part was a couple weeks later, we had like one of our Girl Scout ceremonies. Same lady. She remembered me.
Did she call you Mark?
she apologized again.
If I was in the audience, I would totally be like, yeah, Mark! Just
Says Mark.
yeah.
Well, my dad's middle name is Mark, so I was like, I guess I can't be mad. And then,
So you're saying it runs in the family?
Yeah.
apparently. I mean, it's easy to do if you think about the way my name is.
Oh, yeah.
Push it together just real easily.
You can just take out a few letters and move some around. If you try saying your name in Pig Latin, you get pretty close.
I don't understand Pig Latin.
Oh no.
You take the first letter and put it in front.
I thought it was like always. I thought it was always an A at the back or something
Yeah.
like
Alright,
that.
You take the first letter, put it in back, and add an A.
Yes.
Is what it is.
So, Arkme?
Arkme, yeah.
Yeah.
Arkme.
Igpe, Atenlay. That would be like how you say Pig Latin in Pig Latin.
Arija. That would be Jared. Arija.
Araja.
Which,
Aaron-
to describe to the listeners, I say this, Arija, and I get 3 heads that all whip and just stare at me. And I'm like, come on!
I'm on
Wouldn't it
purpose
be
again.
Aaron J?
It'd be Araja.
It wouldn't be Arja.
Yeah, J-A was Ja.
English was my worst subject in school.
This is
So-
Pig Latin, not English. Same
We're
here.
having an argument about Pig Latin.
This is foreign language.
Yeah. There's
It's
a
foreign
there's a reason why I'm a
language.
coder and I don't have to worry about proper language.
Seems-
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen notes you put on your
Oder
code.
K.
Yeah.
Seems like I wasted time taking Spanish for 3 years. Like I should have just taken Pig Latin.
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about. I
very
used my Spanish just tonight.
You
Did
did.
you?
You asked where I
Yes,
was.
Mary Kay and I. Well,
Wait, don't do stuff.
so Mary Kay and I, we're gonna get dinner beforehand,
Uh-huh.
and so we're meeting at at Rio, which is a Mexican restaurant, and I'm about 20 minutes away, and I'm on my way. She's like, okay, great, I'll leave. I drive about 15 minutes, and I'm almost there, and I get a text. I'm like, hey, you mean the one 15 miles south of where you are, where I just was across the street from? And I'm like, so I'm just like, oh, fuck. So I go, and I'm pulling off the highway, and I pull out my phone, and I call her. I'm like, yeah, so I'm not the other one. I'm gonna just, gonna turn around. I'll be there in a couple minutes.
Well, and it wouldn't have mattered to me because my house is smack dab between both Rios.
Yes.
So either one would have been fine. My brain was just like, oh, he gave this option. He gave me 2 options for Mexican restaurants. It was Rio or El Dorado, and it was like, which one?
El Nopal.
El Nopal.
One is a mythical golden city. The
One
other
is-
is a country and a real restaurant.
So
One's
it's like
an amazing movie.
El
The other
Nopal.
one.
It's a country.
He gave me El Nopal, so my brain's like, oh, the other Rio is closer to
El
El Nopal.
Nopal,
That's
what?
the one he wants to be at.
Where is...
Where Ruby Tuesday used to be.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you say it's a country, but where is El Nepal?
Nepal.
Nepal? Like, by India? That's not Mexican at all.
Well, it wouldn't be Mexican. It's not in Mexico.
Well,
Oh!
Okay. Fair point.
to roll it back though, what is the Mexican restaurant we always go to when we go get Mexican?
Rio.
Yes, which one? The one that I went to or the one you went
The
to?
one that you went to.
Exactly!
Look. That one's closer to your house. That was also what I was thinking. That's why I was a little confused when you're like, oh, it's going to take me 15 minutes to get there. I'm like, isn't where he gets his oil change, like, right across the street? Like, it didn't even, like,
Yeah.
ring until I was on my way. And I was like, oh, crap, he's going to the other one.
Why does where you get your oil change matter?
Because I was getting my oil changed.
Do people do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you not?
Do you not change your oil? That's really
I
bad.
think we need to have a conversation, Andrew.
You need
that's
to-
What
you need
car
to-
maintenance do you
Your
do?
car will die if you don't get your oil
You need
changed.
to put windshield wiper fluid in there too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
You have
headlight
to?
fluid.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, I put headlight fluid in it all the time.
There you go.
Well, because he said he had a line. I was like, this is why I'm glad I
A
scheduled
line?
mine, because we go to the dealership for mine.
Okay, now who actually does that?
Me.
Why?
What?
It's so
That
much
is-
more expensive.
She's 65 lady. She needs to go get her oil
Wait,
changed.
okay, is your car under any warranty still?
See, my biggest thing is she at least gets her
No.
oil changed.
I
Yeah.
get my oil changed. I lied.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Very
I got it
convincing.
changed
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
the last month.
Really?
I did.
How many miles?
I did not sound too confident in that last month.
No,
What
you
kind of
don't.
oil did you get? Where did you
20,000.
go? What was the attendant's name? 20,000. That's too much. You should not go 20,000 miles between oil changes.
No, my car tells me every 10,000.
Uh huh.
I've
And so
been
you
told
weigh double that?
5.
No.
I've been told 5,000.
It depends on the oil you get.
And
Yeah.
it depends on how old your car is as well.
Well,
because
yeah.
if you leak oil, then you have to get it changed more often.
Well,
My
and-
car.
and
you
at
at
least
least call
have
it change at that point.
You
If
have
you're
to
leaking
keep-
oil. It's your replenishing what you've left behind you.
This is the educational portion of the podcast.
Yeah.
So when you go to change your oil,
Are we gonna keep this up? The hand bone's connected to the wrist bone. The wrist bone connected to the forearm bone. The forearm bone is connected to the bicep bone.
hard
Those
cut.
are- the
Why are
bones
we
of the
friends with
arms.
him again?
I don't know. We were at his place. That's all.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
know,
Did
that's
you
true.
want to
You're
host?
drinking my beer, my liquor,
This
my
isn't-
Coke.
my
This is not
liquor
a beer.
and
It's
your
a
cup.
seltzer.
Oh, my seltzer.
Hey, guess what? Ain't no laws when you're drinking the claws.
Fuck, she got me.
I guess we could go home now.
Yep.
All right, let's
All
go.
right, our shortest podcast ever.
6 minutes. Tops.
No, I think about like 15.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's.
No,
longer
but
than
you're
you
gonna
think.
cut that down, aren't you?
There's no proof.
I was I don't know what you're talking
You don't
about.
know
We
what
do
he's
one
gonna do.
take,
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
this
one
is
take
unedited, not
Yeah.
cut or anything.
and so we're gonna cut that, or
We'll talk about it.
yeah, okay. So did you guys see? It's not even his most recent. So Trump has tweeted out 2 things in the past week that are ridiculous.
Did he write them in crayon?
No.
No, he tweeted it.
Well, sorry. One was in a speech that he then went on Twitter to try and fix. So Trump was giving a speech about the border wall. And so he decided that he was going to talk about places it would help. So, like, we're building this border wall, like in Colorado. Now, this is also an educational part because
I was hoping you were gonna go more
Colorado
north.
is in the middle of the United States.
It's not on the border.
But let's be real here. Colorado may need a border around it.
So, the funny thing I saw.
Oh, I think I saw this meme or whatever. If you're about to show us a picture.
No,
I
I
didn't
was
see that.
going to find.
I think he's looking at the
The
tweet.
news article?
Oh, well, because I saw a meme was like apparently Trump thinks New Mexico is part of Mexico.
Well,
And
it's
that's why-
New Mexico, obviously.
Right, and,
Yeah.
and that's why he wants to board the
That's where
build the
Mexican
border
food
wall-
comes from.
Border wall in Colorado. I'm struggling.
But wait, shouldn't we then try to take
Do we
Baja
need to cut
California
you
too?
off?
No.
Because that's a thing.
We might need to sleep.
I mean, I know I couldn't pronounce the word glue earlier, but like
Yeah, Gru.
I didn't say grew every time.
You didn't say the same word every time. It was Gru, Gru, or something like that. But you just got to a cow.
Okay, here's what he
Just
actually
cow.
said in his speech. We're building a wall on the border of New Mexico, and we're building a wall in Colorado. We're building a beautiful wall, a big one that really works, that you can't get over, that you can't get under. And he said this while
How can I not get under
making a
it?
speech.
I am
Can't
interested in
go
that right
over
now.
it.
Oh, he also went on to
Can't go
specify
under it.
a wall was being built in Texas, but not Kansas.
Good to know.
Not
Good to know.
Kansas.
But Kansas would get the benefits.
Of the wall
Yes.
Of Colorado's wall?
and Texas's wall.
It sounds like a great idea.
It really does.
So what kind of wall are we talking about? Are we talking about like
Apparently, one that is
a snow
infinity.
wall or just
Just to think of the Great Wall of China.
okay?
Just
I'm
better
thinking
than
of the
that.
Great Wall of China.
Just better
Okay,
than
better than that.
Yeah.
All right, that sounds better.
Because that's how we do things. We always do things better.
We should make ours actually visible from space.
Well,
It's like a mile wide.
so this connects into the other thing that I saw that he was talking about this week, which was
Snake lens?
strip mining the Grand Canyon for uranium.
Oh yeah, you told me this
It
one.
gets better.
Okay.
He then wants to fill in the part that's stripped mined up to the brim to then build a Trump resort and a couple golf courses.
Yeah, you told me this.
Wait, what?
Grand Canyon.
He's getting rid of the inspiration for Pride Rock from Lion King?
Yeah, well, he said it's only part of it, but yes, strip mine the Grand Canyon, then fill it in, and then
Pretty
one
sure.
of his aides kind of anonymously said he thought it would be great Because who doesn't want a front row view from their hotel of the Grand Canyon? Now, I thought in my head, we need to be more concerned, because if he takes this a step further and he goes to the Grand Canyon and realizes there is no way you can jump across it, we're not going to be building a border wall. We're going to be building a border ravine. It's just going to be a giant hole
Yep.
between Mexico and Texas.
Millions of years of erosion and weathering is what we're gonna attempt to recreate.
Pretty sure people hike through the Grand Canyon all the time, though.
But did you actually see one of his proposals for like the wall? Was he legitimately wanted to put a moat? A moat?
Moat?
Yeah.
Do you want a moat?
A malt?
It rhymes with boat.
but like he legitimately wanted a moat, and he wanted to fill it with like crocodiles or whatever. That was like one of his plans, and they were just like, no.
Oh my gosh.
Crocodile
Oh my
monkey.
gosh. That's where I was going. I was like, can you imagine there's a bunch of like, in this case I'm gonna say like the US Army Rangers are the ones guarding the wall, your special ops.
Yeah.
They're like, what the hell is that? There's this guy coming at him in shorts. Like, what is this? And he's just like, what we got here is American border wall. And what's that? We got some alligators.
We're gonna go poke it.
Yeah, we're gonna poke it with a
You
stick.
go poke it with a stick.
It's like, they're not moving.
Oh my god.
God, that was one of the funniest Gabriel Iglesias stand-up specials to
Oh
me.
yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Hot
he's
and
hilarious.
fluffy.
He is hilarious. Did you watch his most recent one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was honestly disappointed.
I feel like he's staying too in his safe zone, and he
Yeah.
needs new...
Did you watch his Netflix show?
Mm-mm.
No.
Yeah, he has a Netflix show called Mr. Iglesias.
Oh yeah, I saw that got made. I didn't watch it.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Oh.
It's one of those like generic, like they are making a TV show, and it has the generic laugh track of like everyone stops for the laugh track,
Mhm.
but like his jokes aren't really jokes; it's just him making funny voices. So it's just like, oh, funny voice, like, did you know George Washington was first president of the United States? And like pause, laugh track. Oh, Mr. Iglesias, you're so funny.
Oh.
And it's just like, this is no.
This
No,
is
the principal of the school is on every single dating site. So she's on Tinder, she's on Bumble, FarmersOnly.com,
They're
Black
getting
People Meet.
so
I was gonna say
Like-
black people.
Black people meet.
Yeah, well, that's like,
Grindr.
Christian.
well, she is a black woman, but it's one of those things of like that's the running joke with the principal, just how single she is and how she's on all these dating stuff, and just like it's bad. I was so excited when it was Gabriel Iglesias, but man, it's
Did I tell you that my first year of teaching, I had a bunch of kids find out at the time when I was single. They found out I was single. They're like, "We're gonna put you on a bunch of dating websites," and they started listing them off. And one of the ones they listed was Black People Meet. And I looked at him like, I don't think I belong at that site. And one of the girls looks at me and she's like, love knows no color. And I'm like, that's not the issue.
Mary Kay is a very white woman. Very white.
I will say I'm 1% black, according to my ancestry DNA.
Which percent?
the
top
one
half.
on the bottom.
Like the bottom of your feet, pure black.
Yeah.
Coming from a very ginger boy over here.
I'm not saying you look at me, my family's from Irish. I'm just saying, according to ancestry.
From Irish?
Yes, from Irish.
Yeah, we're from Irish here.
I don't.
So is that where your drinking problem comes from?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, it's not a problem if you're Irish.
Well, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Drinking
But
lifestyle.
being Irish is definitely a lifestyle.
Of course.
I am also Irish, so I feel like.
Well, I guess you guys are both Irish, so it doesn't make any sense. So when I grow out my beard and
Yes.
I shave it, I look down in the sink, there is clearly red hair in there.
Your hair is not red.
I
We
know.
call it black.
It is dark brown. Compare it like
No, it's just black.
I didn't get any.
I'm waiting for the day you go
Don't
white like your
your
dad.
head out.
Well, no, if you compare it and you put it in the light, my
Jared
hair,
now
Yeah.
has his head sitting on the black table.
a black table and it's brown. My hair is
And
dark
it
brown.
Matches exactly.
No, it doesn't. In the sunlight, you will see.
At least some of us
It
can
is
grow out a beard.
nighttime.
I can grow.
All right, mobile podcast. Let's go. We're
right.
gonna go on a hike.
It is nighttime.
Middle of the woods in the night. Yes, your hair will
Oh, we
look
would
black.
for sure.
Well, the moon
get
and the sun
serial
are the same
killed in your
thing,
woods.
so we'll get the same light.
No, you and our friend Kaz are the same person. The moon and sun are different.
Uh-huh. Did you
So-
know there's not going to be a full moon on Halloween this year? So if you just go in your normal clothes, you are technically doing an accurate werewolf costume.
Huh.
Do werewolves wear regular clothes?
When they're not a werewolf.
Yeah.
I feel like the government forces them to wear like a collar or something.
Do werewolves live in warehouses?
These are the questions that we need to ask.
No. One of these questions is a question we need to ask. Another one was just made.
I feel like I recently saw something where like it was like things teachers get asked, and it was a video, and one of the things they asked this teacher was like, my daughter needs to miss school once a month around the full moon because she just needs to. And he's like, no, she got like, can you just excuse her from the work? No, her werewolf ass got to make up the work. And I'm like, yes.
So, I have to imagine, because Mary Kay's a teacher, if you haven't picked up on that yet.
What?
No way.
Before the
I am?
internet and before Google,
That was a
were
thing?
teachers asked better or worse questions?
Ooh.
Oh.
Were teachers the original Google?
I've heard this in countless stories. The pecking order was you asked your friends,
Mm-hmm.
you asked a educated adult like a teacher, you
So
went
your
to the
friends.
library and asked the librarian, and if they didn't know, you asked your mother because your mom knew everything.
Yes.
Yes, obviously.
That
Yes.
that is the
I've
pecking
heard that.
order.
That is the
You
pecking
can't
order
argue that.
before
Right.
the internet. Now it's the almighty Google.
But what about Dad?
Well,
Dad just says go ask your mother.
yeah, it doesn't matter what you asked him. It's like, have you asked your mother? It's like, Dad, can I go outside and play? Have you asked your mother? Dad, what exactly is pie? Have you asked your mother?
Pie is like a fruit cake, but not a cake.
It is 3.14.
Thank you very
it's
much.
infinite.
It is infinite. It's got the little squiggle and then
Gosh,
the
I
lines.
wish pie was infinite. I would just be like, nom nom nom.
An
nom all
infinite
day.
pie. Just all the pie.
Yes.
I feel like you just need to
Um,
go to a pie shop and you do that all day anyway.
That I feel like
That would get
be-
really expensive though.
It would be so sweet.
Hey, I'm not going for cost effective here.
There are
I'm
different
just
types of
going
pie.
for
Well, you
the
could
pie
alternate
cola.
between like sweet pies and
Savory pies.
well, I was gonna say
Ooh, shepherd's
like
pie.
I was say,
Ooh,
does chicken
shepherd's-
pot pie count?
yeah,
chicken
chicken
pot
pot pie,
I need to tell you guys about
chicken
this
and dumpling
invention.
pie stuff.
Wait, what's this invention? Chicken pot pie?
You did not invent
Almost.
chicken pot pie.
So-
Is it close? to
My
chicken
mom
pot
makes
pie?
fantastic chicken pot pie.
I've
Right,
heard
that's
that.
relative.
So the other day, she made it in a crock pot because she was gonna get home
Okay.
late
gonna
from
get
work.
lit.
Gonna get lit.
Yeah, she's gonna
Yeah.
get late from home. So she's gonna get home late from work and wanted to have dinner ready. And so the idea was she sent me to the store to get biscuits, and that would be like your crust.
Yeah.
So I eat a bowl with a biscuit, and I was going to get more. I was like, it was fairly a thick consistency. Like imagine double the normal amount of chicken.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what this would be good on? It's in a tortilla. So what I did was I took a tortilla, put a little cheese, a tiny bit of taco sauce, like salsa, put the chicken pot pie, folded it all up, and then I was like, took a little of the cream of chicken soup, drizzled it over it. I made chicken pot pie enchiladas. Fucking delicious.
Sounds interesting.
It's
That-
really good. Imagine a very thick.
You know what? I think that
chickeny-
would sound good.
It is good. It's good.
I feel like
You
Mark
think I'm
is
crazy,
the one
but it's
doubting-
good.
But Mark is also the pickiest eater, so I
Yes.
feel like he's
Right.
doubting it, but he's
Well,
also
Mark
No,
is the
if-
guy.
Hold on. If I took out the taco sauce,
I don't like chicken pot pie.
then why did you brought it up?
What don't you like about chicken pot pie?
The chicken or the pie?
Both.
It's
No,
the
I-
pot.
Is it the vegetables?
I don't know what it is. It's the combination of the foods don't work.
Mark-
It's
It's
kind
the
of like
vegetables. He's 4.
so when I go,
needs
this is the thing
more.
at work. When we go out to eat, we a lot of times go to Mexican, and I get chicken on the beach, which is chicken, rice, and cheese. I like rice. I like chicken. I like cheese. I don't like the combination of rice, chicken, and cheese. I order it without cheese, and people make fun of me consistently for that.
Well, there's a lot of things to make
Mark,
fun of for Mark.
Yeah.
You don't like Olive Garden breadsticks.
Yes, they're horrible.
What?
Yes.
Did
I
you?
love Olive Garden breadsticks.
Everybody loves Olive Garden breadsticks except Mark.
I say apparently I'm not at everybody.
You're not an everybody.
Did you see that Olive Garden was selling that unlimited pasta pass?
Yes.
Oh, I did.
Oh my
actually.
gosh, I thought about buying one.
You
but
should. You totally should have.
Oh, hey! Did we tell you about the guy that we went to high school with who got a bunch of free stuff from Olive Garden?
Yes, because he did
Because
a tattoo.
he got a tattoo of
They don't know
breadsticks.
about it though.
Well, Jared does.
Well, the
The
audience.
PJ, graduating with your brother.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
He-
I know him.
Yeah, he got a tattoo of like Olive Garden breadsticks, and then it said lunch 11:35 underneath of it because that's
Like
his,
a Bible quote.
like a Bible verse. And Olive Garden found out and sent him like a free T-shirt. I think there were like air fresheners that were supposed to be like breadsticks scented. I think a gift card, like a little like he got a bunch of free shit from Olive Garden
Wow.
for tattooing breadsticks
Oh, I'd
on
hope
his
so.
body.
I mean, is it worth it though?
I mean, it was a small tattoo, so it probably wasn't that expensive. So
Yeah.
I feel like the merchandise they sent him definitely outweighed the cost
Here's
of the
where
tattoo.
he fucked up. He did this 2 weeks before they announced the
Unlimited
pasta
pasta
pass.
pass.
Yes.
But he couldn't
No.
have known.
Now here's the thing: the pasta pass is great, but that was for like a 6-week, 8-week period.
Yeah.
Now, of those people they selected for the pasta pass, 500 got the chance to buy a lifetime pasta pass for $500.
That's expensive.
It is, but think about it. We're all 24, 25. Think about how much fucking Olive Garden you could eat for 50 years. You go once a year, it pays for itself.
That's true.
And you can take stuff home.
I just don't have $500 to burn.
I got
For
you.
pasta?
Christmas gift.
Thank you. Thank
For
you, Mark.
pasta, yeah. If you go every 4 months.
I have a mortgage to pay, unfortunately.
Oh, Miss Adult.
Oh, Miss
I
I
know.
own stuff.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I bought paper clips yesterday.
Can you keep your drink in your mouth, Mary Kay?
Shut up, Andrew! Nobody invited you!
Ooh.
Mark invited me. And then I told Jared I was coming.
Yeah, but you never told me a time. When
You're
we
right,
were
I
sitting-
didn't.
when we were sitting down at dinner, I told her, I was like, I half expect you to be like, I'm here. And me to be like, ah, fuck. Well, I'm not.
No, I knew enough not to do that.
Yeah.
I went to my parents' house to pick up my piano first.
Now, why are you getting a piano?
Well, I decided I wanted to do something with my life, so I
So you became a musician?
I became a musician. Yes, that is exactly what
I
happened.
think he's going for the starving artist.
Right. I can play Mary Had a Hit Little Lamb and Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Do you know Chopsticks?
No, but I have the sheet music for
Do
it.
you know
Do you know-
Mario?
Do you know Heart and Soul?
No, I don't. No, I
If
don't.
you don't know Heart and Soul, you don't know music.
I
true.
can do part of Canon in D.
Okay,
The
that's
D
a good
part.
one. Wedding March?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
He
Slash
had to tell me
Christmas
what that is
music.
because he told me it's like,
It
dude,
is
can you
also
do it?
the
I'm like,
background
what?
of Christmas music.
Yes.
Christmas
Trans-Siberian. Yes. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. The little kids who
Yeah,
sing
yeah,
on this
yeah.
night.
On
It's
this
almost
night, on this
Christmas
night,
season, and
On
I
this
am.
very
Are
Christmas.
you
So
lit
excited.
for Christmas season?
You guys want to go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
All right, we
Yeah.
can't
Maybe.
go do Christmas stuff until Halloween.
Jared,
Halloween is
it's
next
me. If you ask me to do anything, I'm like, yeah, sure.
I know, and that's why we never talk about that night.
I'm like semi-excited. My boyfriend's dad, his birthday is Christmas Eve. So they literally have an attic full of giant nutcrackers and Christmas decorations, and I'm so excited to see what their house looks like at Christmas because it's gonna be overly decorated.
Yeah, it won't be
Mom-
better than my place.
My mom's birthday is the day after Christmas. She
Gotta be such a letdown.
I know.
She wakes up and has to just clean up everything.
She doesn't do anything. She goes shopping every year, and
Wait. Your mom goes shopping the day after Christmas.
Well,
look
yeah.
at all the deals.
I say that's when you get all like the gift
No,
cards.
no.
And everything. And
The day after Christmas, why are you in a store? You're returning something before you forget.
yeah.
Everyone is pissed off.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. GameStop. The day after Christmas was the second busiest day of the year.
I forgot you worked there.
After
Yes.
Black Friday?
Yeah, but Black Friday is number 1. Day after Christmas is number 2 because everyone's trying to return something or they all have gift cards.
But those are the
Then
two
when you
days
buy
my
something,
family
It
goes
is.
shopping.
It has to be the slowest day to get through the line.
It's horrible. I hated it.
Because it's either, I have this gift card, how much is on it? I think this much?
There's about 12 cents.
Do you guys remember when you used to have to know exactly what was on there for them to swipe it?
Yeah.
Which
I
was,
don't.
Oh, it was terrible because that receipt that you taped to it, if you lost that, you were screwed. Because you would do it in like 15-cent increments, just till it was all gone. Then you don't just throw it away.
That's why there's like billions of dollars in unreturned gift cards.
Oh yeah, it's a good market.
Well, from the accounting side, like that's actually a big issue because that shows up. It hurts the company. It's good because it's money they received that they never have paid out. But as far as like all the ratios financially, that really sucks for them because it shows everything's way overinflated. But I won't bore you with it.
See, at GameStop, they pushed gift cards because in their mind, it brings people back to the store, and that's what they pushed is bringing people back to the store.
I feel like you should push that on anyone who's looking around confused. That's who you should be like, get a gift card instead, and that's how.
I'm just imagining people going into these stores and pushing over the kiosks with all the gift cards on them. Because you guys keep saying pushed.
Yes, we are pushing the gift cards. Like, no!
They're
Push
throwing
them
them
over.
into people's faces. Take a gift card!
You know you want it. And they just take it, just walk out. There's no money on it. Never mind. And just...
You forgot to activate it. You need the activation code.
Oh, yeah, that happened all the time. Especially at GameStop, people would still like those Visa gift cards, like the $100 Visa gift card. And it's like, cool, you got nothing out of that.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
Yeah,
that one
yeah.
time Jared gave me a gift card for gas to pay me back and it didn't have anything on it. Nothing.
Jared Lotznick and fuzzled.
Yeah,
face.
I don't know what you're talking about actually.
Probably sophomore year of college. I don't remember what it was for.
Seems like there's a lot of variables in your story that aren't coming together.
Hey, Jared, remember you owe me $40?
Tell you what, if the listeners at home remember what it was for, yeah, I'll do it.
No, it was Vegas.
No, I paid you back.
Yeah, I did make this
I was
up.
gonna say, I was like, I
Head.
know I paid you back on that.
He have puke on my wall.
Wait, when?
You haven't heard the story?
Wait,
that
Should
Mark
we
one
save?
puked or Jared
No,
puked?
Jared.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Jared puked.
I
Well,
would-
we should wait till Hank.
We
gets here,
definitely need to
since
wait
he's
till
part
Hank
of
because
this.
his
Let him
reaction.
Well,
defend himself.
well, I'm
His
like,
reaction is
like, yeah,
pretty
Hank's coming. He's part of this. By the time
Part
this
of
podcast ends, Hank's not gonna be here.
Yeah,
let's
let's
be
just wait
honest.
till Hank gets here.
Like, let's just be honest. We're at 37 minutes right now.
I feel like good, like all of it's trash though, so you know.
I mean, you are pretty trash, but
Yeah.
Shows your face.
ooh.
Ooh, burned.
So I haven't told you this. So I also started a new hobby.
Oh.
I
Crocheting.
I heard about this.
I am now being a pilot. I started flight lessons.
That's cool.
Yeah,
You can fly us places.
I officially have
We're going to
1.2
Vegas.
hours of flight time. I need 40 hours to get my official license.
Has
I've
another pilot given you your pilot's name yet?
No.
I really, really want, because that's the only way you get your call sign, is another pilot gives it to you.
Yeah.
It's considered extremely bad luck and bad taste to choose your own.
Yeah.
I kind of want to raise a bunch of money so I can just do like 50 straight hours, get my pilot's license, so I can give you a ridiculous name.
What would you give him?
I feel like it has to be in the moment.
Oh, alright.
I was gonna say,
We get,
because like initially the mind jumps to something like, you know, hey Tower, this is Butt Buddy coming in for a landing.
I love it.
you can't do that.
Well, yeah, I know there are certain rules.
Yes, weirdly enough.
I don't know why.
You can't just tell Tower that you're coming in for a landing.
Not if your name's Butt Buddy.
Yeah. What?
What if your name actually is Butt Buddy?
I'm gonna make
Well,
it.
because you don't give your actual name. It is actually a call sign that
That's
you do give them.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Which, you know,
Because they don't know who you are. They're like, why do I give a shit?
outside of the military, you'll say this is flight like Alpha Delta 16 forward.
Oh, I saw that in Star Wars once.
Delta flight number 372.
But yeah. But
Coming in hot. That's how I'd be if I was a
Okay,
pilot.
Mark, so tell me, how was that experience? What did you...
It had its ups and its downs.
Wow, you crashed the plane on your first day?
Yeah,
Congrats.
right in the ground. But no, it was a lot of fun. And one thing, too, of like once I get my private pilot's license, I can actually fly all of us somewhere. So I can legitimately...
Somewhere? I
Well-
want to know where we're going first.
No, it's a surprise.
It's
Well,
super-
one, his dad has first flight.
Yeah, my dad has dibs.
I have second flight, and I have co-pilot when we go on our trip.
There we
I
go.
called it,
Do you
and
have
now
to
it's
have-
official. Dibs.
Do you have to have a pilot's license to be a co-pilot?
Okay, well, off the air, no, and everything, and I'm willing to let other people fly the plane. 'Cause it's super easy to keep a plane in the air
I believe it.
and everything.
I meant
It's
I would
just-
sit there with the headset and press buttons.
Okay, you cannot press buttons.
Click, click,
So
click,
just
click.
pass buttons.
I'm
No.
gonna bring my
You can grab the yoke and go up and down and maybe left or right. But that's
So-
about as much as you're doing.
So have you ever seen like the activity boards they make for like infants?
Yes.
Like it'll have a
No.
bunch of like it'll have like a light switch for them to switch or like a metal ball to move. A
Think
bunch
Think
of
about
stuff.
a fidget cube.
And it's
I see,
it's
I
like
see,
a
yeah,
fidget cube
yeah.
but like as big as this table. I'm gonna bring it and all it's gonna be is switches and buttons. And
I'm just,
Satisfying.
I'm
yeah,
just gonna be.
desires.
ready for takeoff and like click 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 click.
Yes.
Did they
Then
let
there's
you
gonna be a
do-
giant cover over a button that says takeoff. And I'll be like, ready, Mark? And just go.
Did-
Smack
on your
the
first
hell out
time,
of
did they let you take off and land the plane, or
No, take off a landing they do, but everything else I can do.
Okay.
And so my next lesson, they'll let me take off, and then they'll teach. So they teach you how to land while you're in the air, basically on how to slow down and slowly descent like you're on a runway. And once they feel like you're comfortable enough doing that, they'll let you attempt landing. So if I'm good enough, my
Attempt a landing, like if you fail.
well, you'll do it, but the co-pilot will take over if he's like you're screwing the shit up.
Okay.
You
and
fucking
everything.
suck!
Yeah, basically.
It's kind of like when you learn to drive. If you went to someone who like that was their profession, they had a brake on their side of the car.
Yes.
Well, that's also the thing about like the co-pilot stuff is like you have full control. Like if you want, you can fight each other on the plane. Of like, no, we're going left. No, we're going right.
And
Like,
just imagine you're up there,
Left.
both going, and you're going.
Right.
yeah,
Oh yeah, that reminds me of an episode of Psych
yeah.
when they steal a driver's ed car and they're both
Yes.
fighting over which direction to go.
Well, because that's the thing is like Jared said like pressing buttons. It's like yeah, no, I can legitimately let you press some buttons, but it'll be like it's just the strobe light or like there is actual pedals for like keeping the plane somewhat level. It's like yeah, do the right pedal real quick. All right, now do left.
Yeah, but it's not what I
No,
want.
do
Where
it.
there's a long line of switches and you just do click, 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 click.
Yeah, there's only like 4.
See, that actually does the air conditioning. Each switch makes it a little bit colder.
Yeah.
No, that's the window. You
Movie
open.
planes are different than real planes.
Have you guys ever been on a plane? This was a commercial
Yes, I've been on a
flight where I was making the jump from.
You jump from a plane?
I did.
No, it was from Bowling Green to Louisville Airport. We rode in this
Not very
plane
far.
that fit maybe 12 people. To put in perspective, one of the people I was flying with got to be co-pilot
Uh-huh.
because they overbooked this flight.
Yeah, so they had to be co-pilot.
So the co-pilot just got off the plane and said, "Here."
I would have loved that.
That's like
They,
plus of 200 miles.
yes, it is. It wasn't a long flight at
It's
all.
probably like a 10-minute flight.
However, as it was about 45-50 minutes.
Okay.
In the middle of the flight, it was getting hot. So he comes on. Well, I say comes on. Hey, this is your pilot speaking, just shouting over his shoulder. If you get hot, just crack your window.
We're in a
It
plane!
was like we're in a fucking bus. People are just like putting their window open.
Now, when you take that experience, that's how flying with me is going to be.
That's
Just
my
so you
favorite.
know.
That's
Like,
Well,
we're not
yeah.
going on a Boeing 747, whatever.
70-40, so
Yes.
that's gonna be
It'll
huge.
be like, there'll be me with the headset, the co-pilot with the headset, and everyone else is just going to be in the back without a headset.
I'm gonna bring my
So if you
Xbox
wanna-
headset and pretend like I
I'm
can
bringing
hear.
my own headset.
So if you want to talk, it'll be like...
I'm gonna be
What?
I imagine you guys
I
playing
gotta
cards.
go to the bathroom!
I don't know why I picture the door is open, like you're skydiving, and there's window, like you're playing cards, playing euchre. You get to lay down trump, the card just flies out the door.
That's when I purposely tilt the plane. Just
It comes back and lands. You're like, fuck.
52 card pickup.
Ew.
Do a barrel roll.
Do you know how confused people on the ground would be?
Oh,
Would be
yeah.
like, where the fuck are these coming from?
Ace of diamonds, my ass.
You reneged.
No, we
Is this a sign of the apocalypse?
That's something we could do for Christmas one year. Like rent a plane, have actual gifts with parachutes on them, and legitimately just push them off the plane.
Or
So who randomly ever finds these? One, it might go to the middle of traffic, so I don't know how that will go.
no.
But-
We'll be smart about it.
Do
But-
it over the neighborhoods.
I'm just saying,
Misdirection
I don't-
merchandise.
I don't know how
Oh,
legal
yeah?
this idea is gonna be.
I'm
I'm willing to look this
We
up.
can do it once. We can do it once.
I didn't say. I feel like it'll be one of those things like one of those packages land in a bad spot. But they'll definitely be like, "There's this plane. We know
So-
this plane."
What I'm hearing is we do misdirection merchandise, and Hank's business card in each one.
Yes, yeah, and Hank's credit card paying for everything.
Yes.
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 Have you guys ever been an asshole on a plane?
I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the guys who stand up and clap and try to leave before the planes even touch down?
That is what I think of as a bad asshole. There are funny assholes and there are bad assholes.
Okay, what is your funny asshole?
What, have you ever looked at your own?
I've tried, but no.
It was with two people who had never flown before, and we were flying for work. And so I told them, like, this is like, I didn't fly before working for this company, but we flew to light. And so I was like, I like takeoff the best because, like, you just feel all the acceleration, then all of a sudden you're in the air. What they didn't tell them is there was that brief moment where you feel the front wheels take off before the back, like, lifts up. So we're going, and we had been in the plane for about 45 minutes they were just like, well, the plane cut in front of us because such and such. We just kept getting bumped back, and so they're like, okay, finally, we're taking off. We're going, and the front wheels picked up, and I just turned to them and was like, we're not going fast enough. And both of them had just long enough to go white and look at me with, like, what on their faces, and then we took off. They were pissed at me the rest of the flight up to Milwaukee.
Oh, that is hilarious.
They're just like, that wasn't funny. And the people behind me heard me. They were dying laughing.
That's funny.
Me and you were doing that to Cody on our flight to Vegas.
Yes.
Cody was a nervous flyer, so we were like, did you hear that? Like, what? It's like, that's not good. It's like, dude, oh my god. Like, and Cody's like, what? What's going on? And it's like, that shaking's not supposed to happen.
The best was at one point, a flight attendant went to sit down to take a break.
Yeah.
And the one thing we said before we took off is, you don't need to actually worry until the flight attendants take a seat.
Yeah.
That means they can't stand up. And he did this, and he just, like, grips the armrest, and he's like, what's happening? And we turned to him and said, nothing. And then hit a pocket of turbulence. So now, of course, like, we were actually trying to be nice, and they were like, well, we're giant assholes.
That's not different than normal, but,
Yeah.
I recently flew out to the Grand Canyon with my sister, and she does not travel well. This whole flight, she had like her eyes closed, taking Dramamine. It's like, as we were approaching the landing, you kind of feel your stomach drop on those smaller planes that drop down. We were flying through Chicago, so we stopped there. That's where this happened. She just puked all over me and the guy next to us and the back of the legs of the people in front of us, and it's like,
there's a bag for that.
there wasn't. We looked for it. Like, there was not a single bag, and I had to push the call button for a bag, but because it was like the descent, the flight attendant couldn't come by and give it to us.
And after that, they had 2 rows of people like, come on.
Right. So we land, and then the flight attendant just walks past, and it's all over the aisle and everything, and she just looks down and says, oh, did you have an accident? No.
She's not 3. She didn't like pee her pants.
Right.
That's an accident.
And then she goes up front, and then she comes back with 4 paper towels.
Yep, that's gonna
That's
fix
And that
it.
is it.
Yeah.
And she's like, here, try to clean it up with this. We did the best we could, just like scooping it into a pile. But then we just left it there.
I imagine you using your hands like no paper towel. Just,
Nope.
Yeah.
Everyone, I imagine everyone's like slightly crying too. Like,
Oh, it was
This is
not a good
bad-
experience.
bad day.
And then we had
Why are you
another.
doing this?
We had a 4-hour flight right after that because that was getting off of our connection.
Well, on the upside, you knew she wouldn't puke anything up the next time.
Right, she didn't eat anything, and she passed out on like takeoff, and we had to fly
I'll be
back.
kind of concerned about that because you do pull a couple G's taking off.
Yeah, you do, but was more thinking that it would be the Dramamine and the drugs that she had taken for
The
nausea.
dopamine and the sleepamine.
So is Andrew admitting on the podcast his sister's a druggie?
That is not what I'm
it
saying.
sounded like he supplied her.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
So
I think I did actually
seems
buy
like-
the Dramamine.
Oh,
And
that-
he's
Chicago's airport.
further admitting it.
I was gonna say.
That actually reminds me. My sister went to a bachelorette party last weekend.
All right,
Wait,
let's
this is
go.
going.
All right,
Yeah.
that's
Wait,
this
wait,
is
let me get. We were talking about drugs, and your sister
And
went to a
now
bachelorette party.
Whoa. Why was I not asked to be?
Hank's,
wait.
Hank's calling
Okay,
you.
we're gonna put Hank on speakerphone here. Hello, Hank.
Hank, you're on the podcast.
Hi, you might want to edit this out. I just calling to tell you guys to leave him.
Okay.
All right, so we'll leave it in.
So
Bring the beer.
no. This way, if people find out where I live, they can find out roughly where you live by doing a time estimate. How fast do you plan on driving?
Like 40 miles an hour.
That's
Told
too
the truth.
fast.
Wow, I would not have told the truth. But are you bringing beer for Andrew?
Yeah, that's another reason I called. Is I wanted to know what kind of beer you want me to
No,
grab.
no.
Are you bringing beer for
Hold
you
up.
too?
Hank, you're drinking it and you're buying it. Dealer's choice.
Cookie cake.
Yeah,
I was gonna bring that up.
And
We
I'm
don't
sorry,
need a cookie
Andrew, you
cake.
didn't
We
like beer,
need
man.
a cookie cake.
Okay,
Hank,
I'll drink beer, Hank.
Hank, if you happen to find a cookie cake there,
Cookie cake.
or Halloween candy, and you think I'm joking, I'm not.
We're serious, Hank.
Super serious, guys.
all right, we'll see you soon.
See ya,
Cookie
guys.
cake. Okay.
I seriously want him to show up with a cookie
I
cake
would
and then like
cry
decorated
tears
too. It has like a pumpkin on it or a
No,
happy
dec-
Halloween.
decorated with like the Reese's pumpkins.
Oh god.
I would cry tears of joy.
I would. Did you ever go to Sam's Club? Has the double decker cookie cake? Have you seen this?
No,
Would that be
I'm
cookie
not.
lasagna?
It's cookie cake, full layer of icing, and then just a normal cookie cake on the top.
Wait, that's an Oreo.
That's what I was thinking.
It's just a giant Oreo, but with.
But well, it's not the Oreo.
It's
It's
a
a
chocolate
cookie.
cookie.
And yeah, it's a normal chocolate cookie. It's just it's
Oh,
a
what kind of
double
cookie?
layered chocolate chip.
You said chocolate.
Now I really
Choc
want
chip.
cookie cake, and I want Hank to bring cookies.
We told him to bring the damn cookie
You
cake.
guys are obsessed with cookies. We had an argument at work.
You know what? After the podcast, we're gonna go get a cookie cake if Hank does not.
Are you sober
Can
enough
I-
to drive?
Can I
Yeah.
go? Can I go back to my story?
Oh yeah, bachelorette party.
Bachelorette
Yeah.
party
No,
with
we
the
have six
drugs.
stories we're never gonna hear the end of.
Okay.
Why was I not invited
Okay.
as entertainment?
Because it's for girls, and
Uh,
it's my sister's
are you
friend.
saying
That didn't
we are
stop
not
Jared
using-
from
Yeah, I was
going to
gonna
other
say,
bachelorette
I have
parties.
been hired for bachelorette
I'm
parties
just
before.
I'm just
I
saying
know.
we performed a magic show in front of
400
400 people, and like 20 of them enjoyed it.
Okay.
The 20 little girls, it was magical.
Okay. I will let my sister know the next time she goes on a bachelorette party, she needs to include you as your entertainment
Yes.
Yes.
It has to
instead of Richard, the
We-
inflatable
We
penis.
we were
Whoa,
invited.
whoa. We can share the stage.
I'm just saying we were invited by Paul and Courtney to perform at their wedding, and Danny and Cody perform at their wedding.
Mark,
we
you make
just
the penis disappear. You were saying
I was impressed myself because I didn't even know I made it disappear.
Good job.
I'm,
Okay.
just, I'm just saying we've been requested before. We have
multiple
requested
times.
All right.
your bachelorette party. If we're not invited, I personally
Which
think
actually-
Okay.
okay.
So bachelorette party. So my sister has a friend who is a doctor, and then the girl whose bachelorette party.
Is she single?
She's married.
Is she hot?
Yes, but she's married.
That's
Uh-huh.
because there's a goalie. That's
Dude,
you can't
there's
score.
two of us and one of him.
Yeah.
Lee's
One
a good
distracts
dude.
the other one.
Okay.
Look at the keys.
Look. Okay. Anyway, so the bride to be
Yes.
got so wasted
Yes.
Friday night.
Chocolate
Yes.
She
wasted.
woke up Saturday morning like feeling awful. The doctor and nurse practitioner called in a prescription for like crap. What is it called?
An IV.
Heroin.
No, so it's an
Pedialyte.
it's an anti-nausea medicine. Basically,
Dramamine?
they call it- no, it wasn't Dram. It's like an actual prescription medication,
Yeah.
not over the counter.
Yeah.
They call it no.
No, stop.
It's not nausea.
We're never gonna get to my story if she keeps
I'm
talking.
just naming opioids.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be.
Yes.
About Jared's story.
Hey, this is our podcast.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, no, they called in a prescription to like the local Walgreens so they could get this lady some anti-nausea medicine so she could feel normal the rest of the trip. That is where I
Oh,
got
it was a
like all the...
destination too? Where'd they go?
They went to Asheville, North Carolina.
I could've
so
visited my
less of a
grandmother.
destination and more of a trip.
I don't know.
What is there to do in Asheville, North Carolina?
Sierra Nevada Brewery.
Oh, there's a
Okay,
lot
one
to do.
thing. Lot to
Yeah, as I rub my nose.
What?
For this audio podcast.
Yeah, really.
Apparently, they had a great time. Richard made an appearance. He apparently got stuck out the window on the way to Half Erect.
Well, that's just sad.
The semi?
He was
You
only
guys drove a semi all the way down there?
he was only half inflated.
I gotta say, so I have a story. Unless you want to get to your story.
No,
No,
time has
sorry.
changed.
We're talking about inflatable penises.
Well,
so
this is about a dildo. So,
same thing.
So in high school, obviously,
Is it
when you
ever?
turn 18, you gotta go to a sex shop at some point.
That is the natural.
Yeah.
reaction.
It's how you have to do things. So our friend was the younger side of all of our friend group. So for our birthday, we decide we have to go to a sex shop and get her a toy. And so we go there and we find the biggest, blackest dildo we could find. This thing was 12 inches long.
Oh God.
And it's all of us guys who got this. And and
You
for
guys
some reason,
each carried one hand on it.
it's for we decided we wanted to have fun with it before she had fun with it.
What?
So, yes.
No.
What the fuck did you do?
so
with
they-
your
what
hands?
did you
Put it in
do
the
this?
bathroom and everyone got 5
Yeah.
minutes.
so
Make
so
sure
it
you
was
use the sanitizer.
so it was a dildo with
If
a
you want.
suction cup on it. And so we're a bunch of 18-year-olds with this dildo. So we open it up and we're like sticking it to the car, like, oh my god, this
It's
is
a
fun.
hood ornament.
Yeah. Well, it's like we're sticking it to the driver's side, so every time he turns, it slaps him in the face. We went through a drive-through and then outside of our window just to see if anyone noticed or say anything.
They know
Did
this.
No, at least
Did
they
you get it a drink?
no
Oh.
and everything.
You
Like
should have tried
like
to feed it French fries.
yeah, like we're slapping people with it. Like we're having a blast with this thing. And then the next week we finally meet our friend. We put it on her car, like the front of it. So it's like, hey, look, because she was one of those girls who, like, small girl, drove this big black truck.
Oh,
We're like,
wow.
oh, this giant black penis is perfect for your truck.
Black hawk down.
Yeah, Black Hawk Down. And
It's
she
like a unicorn.
and she was very like, really, guys? Really? And we're like, this thing's great. It's so fun to play with. And then she talked about, it was like 3 months later, she was playing Never Have I Ever. And it was like, never have I ever owned a sex toy. And they were at her house. And so she's like, and puts a finger down. Everyone's immediately like, whoa, whoa, whoa. She was the only one who did it. And she was like, okay, look, it's not mine. My friends bought it for me. And we were like, okay, legit question, because we have to know. Did you ever use it? And she goes, no. And I'm like, did you ever, like, play with it or anything? She's like, no. It's like, did we get more entertainment out of this dildo than you did? She's like, of course.
Absolutely.
It was like, we put so much good money into
It's
this
12
dildo.
inches.
So,
You
Yeah.
just fucking shove that.
At least, like, slap some people with it. I mean, that's what we were doing.
I just thought of a fantastic idea. You go,
So we have a plan.
buy a giant dildo, and we can do it to Hank since he's not here.
You're right.
You go, open up someone's gas can, and just shove it in there. Because next time they go get gas, they're like, what the fuck is this? And pull out, like, a foot-long
Giant
dildo in the middle of a gas station. And then they're just holding it. They're on security camera. They're around people. And, like, what would you do? Like, to be honest, I would freeze for a minute. Like, what the fuck is this dildo going in here?
Like those bumper stickers that Hank got us with.
I don't know about got us. He got you.
Okay.
So, if you would like to tell
Okay.
that story.
So, I go.
We'll never get to your story.
I go to work. I worked with several hundred people at the time.
You worked at a manufacturing plant.
a
that-
big manufacturing.
Probably
plant.
thousands of people, to be honest.
Yeah, right, but in my building,
Okay.
about a few hundred people would be going through that entrance.
Your parking lot had traffic lights.
Yes, my
That's
parking
that's
lot
the
had
type of
traffic
size of
lights.
operation we're talking.
And I parked right next to the entrance, the very closest I could get. And while I'm going about my workday, one of my coworkers, is laughing, and I was like, "Hey, what are you laughing about?" And he's like, "Look at this car by the front." And I look, and it's a picture of my car with a bumper sticker saying "Gay Porn Star." with some fun pictures on it, and I just say, "Oh shit, I gotta go," and I walk out, and on my car is a bumper sticker that says "Gay Porn Star," and I'm like, "What the fuck do I do?" So
You embrace your inner gay porn star.
That is exactly what I did.
Fuck another guy.
Absolutely.
No.
You immediately go back in and fuck the
Oh,
guy
sorry,
who
sorry.
showed you the
You
bumper
find a
sticker.
video camera and then fuck another guy.
I still have
It
Said-
sure didn't happen.
bumper sticker. It was actually a bumper magnet. So I still have it. And I'm waiting for the day where Hank is completely unsuspecting. And it's going right back onto his
It's
bumper.
gonna be his wedding day.
That's exactly
He
what I
finds
was
the guy in
thinking.
his dreams, and then he comes out. I was like, "What's this?"
I'll put it on the limo.
But you like how you said the guy of his
Yeah, I know.
I got
You
that.
catch up.
But apparently, he also put one on Jared's car.
I don't remember what it said.
I masturbate.
Oh, I heart masturbating.
I heard masturbating. That's what it
And
was.
so he put it on the passenger side, right next to my gas tank. So we lived maybe 2/10 of a mile from a gas station.
Yeah, you live really close to a gas
Yeah.
station, I remember that.
And so, thank you, Mary J.
I just like that interjection of like, yeah, I'm here, yes.
So
I can verify this story.
So we're getting ready.
Fuck you, Mark.
I'm going to school, and I'm like, I need gas. I'm just gonna pull into this gas station real quick. So I go and I walk around. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I just take it off, look at it, and just toss it in the trash. Because I'm like, oh, 'cause we lived in an apartment complex. I don't know, probably 300-400 apartments. And I'm just like, I don't know who the hell put that on there. Put it in the trash. And so, like, I found out later. So later that day, Andrew was telling me this story. I was like, oh, that's the weirdest thing. I also had a magnet on my car. And so I turned to Hank. I was like, Hank, did you have anything on your car? And he finally is like, I can't hold it anymore. I put those on there.
If I was there, I'd be like, yeah, I also had one. Like,
Yeah.
kept it going. Like,
Well, that's the thing. I was like, oh. And maybe threw away your magnet. Because I was just like, what the fuck? It was in the morning. I wasn't awake yet. I was like, fuck that.
It was
So I was thinking I would have thrown it onto another car.
just someone random.
Some
But if
random
it came
dude.
around back to me, I'm like, all right, I heart masturbating.
I mean,
Well,
you do not.
Someone with a big ass truck, like, I heart masturbating.
That's going to be our title, isn't it?
What, I heard masturbating?
Yeah.
I
It
heart
can be.
masturbating is
For
Oh,
the-
no, we can't.
What, do you want to get demonetized?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because we are obviously making money off
Hey,
this thing.
hey, I'll take my 2 cents and run.
Wait, you're getting 2 cents?
That was a pun. 2 cents is
Yeah, I know. I was making
Well,
a joke that we aren't getting paid.
There's a lot of anger happening at this
And
table.
end of podcast.
It's flipped table. We're done.
Stupid.
Do we need to get a relationship counselor in here?
We
We
might.
need a mediator for you two.
I still want this cookie cake.
I really hope he shows up with a cookie cake.
He's not gonna show up with a cookie cake, but I want him to show up with a damn cookie cake.
I will cry tears of joy. I have to get up tomorrow and proctor the ACT, so like cookie
I
cake would
forgot
be
about
great right
that.
now.
You're taking the ACT?
I'm
Yeah.
proctoring the ACT.
Oh.
Can we see how young
I
she
get
is?
to read the directions to children and then stare at them for 5 hours.
That
means-
Because
is very
I'm in the
creepy.
extended time room.
I feel like staring at them is a choice.
There's only 4 of them too. So
You
it's like,
should really fuck everyone over and just play like cat videos on a loop
Oh god.
on the TV in the classroom.
There is no TV in the classroom.
Projector?
I mean, yes, there's a
Okay,
projector.
projector.
I have to project the time.
Do you remember when there was a TV in every classroom?
No,
Except for
no.
the ones where they put them on the stands and they
You
wheeled
had-
them into the classroom.
You had the square TV. These TVs were a cube. And when you saw that rolling down the hallway, you prayed it made a left-hand turn in your classroom. Because that meant that nothing was happening in that class.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, it was VeggieTales.
Do you
Magic
remember,
School Bus.
Do you remember
School
when you
Rock?
brought in Monty Python and the Holy Grail and we watched that one day
I
in like
do.
6th grade?
I do.
And it was like 3 kids were watching it and the rest were like fucking doing, I don't even know, like
they
off
were
in the corner.
fucking
They were fucking in the corner.
sixth
Yeah.
grade.
That's
They were fucking in
impressive.
6th
Yeah.
grade. Hey, I mean, do you really doubt that there weren't kids in our grade who had like sex before fucking high school?
How old was I in 6th grade? How old are people in 6th grade?
6.
Younger than 13.
Yeah.
10?
Because you
11?
turned 16 sophomore year, 15,
I always thought it was like freshmen, like 14.
You were like
15.
11. I turned
11
12.
or 12.
Yeah. I turned 12. I was 12 7th grade year, so I think you were like 11, 10 or 11.
Well, we were. We were all the same age
Yes.
in 6th grade.
Wait,
Um,
what?
More or less.
Well, within a year.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So like 10, 11, 12 in that vicinity.
I
Well,
don't-
I mean,
like girls were on my radar, but I don't think like
having sex was.
yeah.
I don't think I knew what sex was.
I'm pretty sure
I think
that's
that's when I was
like
learning what
you-
a boner was. Like,
so that's what your like internet search history was? Boner.
yeah.
Girl
Oh.
boner.
Girl.
Hot girl boner. Or would you use hot? Is that too advanced?
No,
of a
no, no,
term?
no. It was sexy. Come on, man.
Sexy girl
Sex.
boner.
Yeah.
No, I don't think
Sexy
you would use
girl.
the Y. I think you would just do sex, boner, girl.
No. No, I remember specifically I used sexy for the fact of if you ever remember addictinggames.com back in the day.
Yes,
there was addicting clips. And
Yes.
they had a sexy videos. I remember one day as a kid being like, "Huh, I wonder what these are." And clicked on them.
This is how Mark got into porn, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a girl basically doing the hand brawl. Like she was topless but just had her hands over her boobs. I just remember sitting there being like, I don't know why, but I like this.
Jared.
I remember the first time I actually found porn.
Was it in the woods?
No. It was in 6th grade science class.
What?
Yes. it was-
How?
I'm
Hang with me here.
I'm imagining it's those like pictures of like this is what.
Now, how old were you in 6th grade?
Now, I didn't see anything. It got blocked by a fire.
Okay, wait. How do you accidentally find porn but
Yeah,
you don't
okay,
see
yeah,
it?
Let him tell the story.
So it's the
Sorry,
first time.
Mom.
Sorry, it's the first time I visited a porn site.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
So in our 6th grade, we had a science fair. This was a year. This was the only year where I went all out on it. Like, especially as a 6th grader, I did science that I never surpassed in the rest of my career. No, I was looking at the viscosity of non-Newtonian substances.
I was gonna say, isn't this
Okay.
the year you did non-Newtonian
Yes.
fluids?
Oobleck, the cornstarch in water.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I know exactly
Yes.
what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I'm an engineer.
Okay.
You can slap
Yeah,
the
so
water.
for
and
anyone
you
at home who might not, it's a mixture of cornstarch and water in a very precise formula. And what happens is when you apply pressure to it, it becomes a solid. But as that pressure is released, it becomes a liquid. So you can run on water. So if you slap it, it's hard. If you just slowly put your hand into it, it's a liquid.
Mythbusters did an episode on it.
Yes, it was on Ellen. It was on a bunch of stuff. So this is long-winded. I won our school science fair. So I went to. There was one at NKU. I went to state. I went to regionals. I did the science fair trek.
Oh, Mr. Fancy.
Yeah, I know. Well, before I went to state, our teacher decided that I needed to have better sources for some of my research. So I was looking up stuff on the school computer, and I don't know what. Maybe it was a bad link, because I mean this was 2005, 2006, so before the internet was huge. To put in perspective, it was the first year of YouTube. I typed in this website that I'd used, and I guess I typed it in wrong. Because, well, I know I typed it in wrong. Because what it popped up with is site blocked. www.sex.com. And I froze. And I was just like, teacher. And she came over, looked at it for a second, just immediately clicked the X. It's like, what were you doing? I was like, I was typing in the website. And, yeah, so that was my first time at a porn site.
Were you trying to go for like sex.com?
Sex.
No, like how did you type that in wrong? They got sex.com.
Well, I'm
What
assuming-
source were
It
you
maybe
typing in?
redirected something
Hey,
somehow.
you don't know what kind of research I was doing.
Like I'm imagining like you were searching like prawn and accidentally put in porn. Like,
What I'm imagining is something where, like, I was doing, like, SEC or something like that. And SE, like, an organization, 3 letters. And so, I don't have a keyboard. What are the letters around X? C, D, S, Z. It was one of those. Where, and I typed the wrong, because again, even now I type with, like, 1 or 2 fingers.
You're one of those people.
He's
But
one
I
of
can-
those people.
But I can type 90 words a minute.
You're one of those people.
I do, like, the piano.
It's 2 different people.
Well, it's like the piano, where, like, my hands wander all over the place, but I always, like, I can do it quickly. It's not great, I know, but
Imagine what
You
you
have
could do typing
disappointed our
properly.
mutual computer teacher of
Yes.
like fucking 12 years.
I feel like he disappoints just anyone.
I mean,
it's my
I've been
highest
disappointed in
characteristic.
him for so long. It's just part of our
You're
friendship.
not
Disappointed if
You're
Hank
just
doesn't
mad.
bring this cookie cake.
I'm mad.
Yeah, you're not disappointed, you're just mad.
I get.
I
Yes,
got
yes,
exactly what
yes,
you're trying
yes.
to do. Yes.
Hank,
Oh, Hank's calling.
Did you get the cookie cake?
Hey, I'm here. I'm walking up to your door now. So
Oh, okay.
Okay,
we're,
cool.
we're ending as Hank.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up. So.
Wait, Hank, give the ending for the podcast.
No. We're gonna end it when Hank physically walks in.
No,
here.
that's right, because we did introduce him as a special guest.
Yeah.
So yeah, the front door
I'm gonna open the front door to your house.
Did you
Yeah,
bring
that's
the
fine.
Is it
cookie
open?
cake?
and just come on down. We'll see you then. Bye.
That's a no on the cookie cake.
Yeah,
you
that's-
can tell by that. He did not
Yeah.
get a cookie cake.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be really disappointed. He puked on my coffee table and
So
then didn't
I
bring
will
a cookie
say
cake.
that our fall intern program went extremely well. So we're gonna extend it into the spring. So if any people would like to be prospective interns, send your resume to misdirection.llc@gmail.com. We do offer college credit of sorts.
Do you?
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Oh, and joining us now, walking down the steps,
Damn it!
Without a damn cookie cake.
is our special
Hey.
guest Hank. Hank, would you like to wrap us up here?
Yeah, what were we talking about?
The
Yeah,
fact that
no.
you puked on my table and then didn't bring a coffee cake?
No, we're gonna leave that for another time.
I was never gonna bring a coffee cake.
You did a cookie table. And that's where we end.